What will it become, the big 40 or the smaller 40? And it's going to happen, is it?
There are 3,000 registered accountancy firms of all sizes, but the reality is that 4 of them, Deloitte, PwC, EY, and KPMG, make up 90% of the audits of the FTSE 100 companies. And not only that, but they have these relationships for an awfully long time. No one really wants to start from scratch. If you're auditing something like GlaxoSmithKline, a big, complicated multinational company, you want a firm with a bit of global breadth, you want someone who knows the business, and so basically these relationships develop over many, many years. Now, some people think far too cosy by half. The finance director and the auditors and the accountancy firm get much too close together. And remember, they're paying to be audited.
Exactly,
well, this is the problem, isn't it? So, and if they say, well, we don't like the look of this, the way you're accounting for this, they're also bidding for different types of consulting work. So the whole thing is a little bit of conflict of interest. And what's really brought this to the fore is the collapse of Carillion, where KPMG signed off on a set of accounts in March of last year. Within 6 months, it was clear the company was insolvent, and eventually it was not only went into administration, it was liquidated. Its destruction was total and rapid. Very soon after, one of the big 4 had signed off giving it a clean bill of health. And people are now looking at this, and what the development is this week, we've learned that the bosses of these big 4 accountancy firms realise, if you like, the change is coming. They're beginning to put in contingency plans for that. Now, it's going to be very difficult for the UK to do this on its own, because, you know, these are global companies, but the UK ring-fenced retail banks, so there could be this idea of ring-fencing the audit function, so you have a separate bit with the people who, you know, count the beans and, you know, dot the I's and cross the T's, and separate out them from the consulting arms, so that basically you have a much clearer, less conflicted position.
Yeah, remove that conflict of interest. As you say, they've accepted it now, so we can assume it will happen, but at some point.
Whether they're going to split them up into smaller companies, where they're going to, as I say, ring-fence certain functions from others, we don't know yet. But, you know, I think they realise that the time for change is coming.
Now, talk about time.